Hello, hello, hello. Today is a question and answer about PalFish. There's a lot of new teachers and many were asking, well, what do I do over the Chinese New Year if I don't have any students? Hi. It's so nice to see you all. Thank you. So I'm Kristy from PalFish and I like to help new teachers because I was once in your position. So when you're new with PalFish, you might not have any regular students. You might have just completed your interview, and now that the sales team and the admins are on holidays for a week for Chinese New Year, you might think, well, what am I doing here? Am I just twiddling my thumbs? Is there anything you can do? What ideas have you come up with already, or what good advice have you been given? So the advice that I always like to give is what I like to call the top 4. The top 4 ways to find students. So right now you might not have classes, but you can make your own classes on FreeTalk. That's one. Or you can just push your start tutoring button and actually accept calls from FreeTalk students. I did that to increase my hours. There are lives. So on PalFish, you can actually give a free class. Some people charge money if it's like for IELTS or exam preparation, something specific. But for me, I always suggest to people, if you're new, if you don't yet have classes, are they going to pay for another class? So use it as a free tool to meet new students. So what I did, so 2 Chinese New Years ago, I was fairly new with PalFish and I didn't have regular students. And I thought, well, maybe I should just close down for the week. But then I thought, well, what can I do? I can still be active. And so I did actually do a 3-part travel series. And it wasn't aimed at students, young students, children. It was aimed at FreeTalk students. They went really well. So what I did was we talked about verb tense. So where are you going? Where have you been? And then on the 3rd one, I actually asked students to interact and send me their pictures of maybe where they've been recently. And I actually used those in the live, which helped them to be interactive as well. Hi there, Ace Arrow. Thanks for those joining us. So we're talking about if you're new with PalFish. So let's go like this. There we go. So PalFish Official Kids course. Oh, look, we can flip this one around. Welcome to PalFish. So that's the second thing that I always suggest is going live. So FreeTalk, lives, and I suggest to do them for free. Now, lives are a little bit different to an official class. If you've had your trials or you've had some official classes, when you go into the classroom, you need to be in 30 seconds before the actual time starts. But once the timer starts, you're being recorded. Lives are different. The second you go in, whether it's the day before or 5 minutes late, it starts recording when you enter the room. So don't go in the day before with a mud mask on and your hair in rollers, because it's being recorded. If you want to practice, I have lots of YouTube tutorials. Let me know if you've seen any of them. I have one talking about all about lives. I have 2 all about lives. Then I have one that shows you exactly what I did on my iPad as I set it all up the day before. And then I screen recorded it and showed you how to conduct the live the following day. Thanks for those joining us. And so that will help you to avoid the mistakes that some people make of going in early thinking they're just practicing, but they're actually being recorded. So let me know, what mistakes did you make in the beginning if you've done a PalFish live? Did you go in early? Did you arrive 2 minutes early and sit there and say, we'll just wait. We'll just wait a minute till some more people come. So I like to use this example. If you turned on the TV and you were watching like the news report and you know it starts at 6 o'clock, does the presenter sit there and say, we'll just wait. We'll just wait for a few more viewers. We'll just wait. No. So with PalFish Lives, they can be replayed. So I always suggest think of the replay. Don't think about right now. If you get engagement now, that's just a bonus. So this is like your own kids' TV show, or doesn't have to be kids. If you're a FreeTalk teacher, lives are still an excellent way to find FreeTalk students. So that then helps with number one. So FreeTalk, you can find FreeTalk students when you do the lives. I had live, the travel lives gave me a few bookings from they were adults. And what I did in the beginning was, FreeTalk for me wasn't about earning money. So I made my per minute rate very low. You can have two rates. You've got your trial rate, which is the first time someone calls you. So they call you on the app like a phone call, or you can turn on your video. That's an option, you don't have to. And I used that as a way to increase my hours. So for me, I got a little bit of change, but I was earning hours and showing my stability on the platform. So let me know if this is making sense. Hi there, Chris. Nice to see you. And so FreeTalk Lives. Reading app. Tell me your experience with the reading app. I get lots of questions on YouTube. I have some tutorials on there. The latest one gives you the latest Android download. You can't just go to the store to get it. And if you do go to the store, you might find what's called the PalFish. It's called PalFish Reading, which is actually different. It's for students anywhere around the world that might want to practice their reading. That's not the one that we're talking about. That's not the one that we are connecting with students. So you need to find, it's called PalFish Read, but it's not in the App Store, the Google Play Store. It's not in the Google Play Store. Is it on the App Store? I can't remember now. So I have a tutorial for how to download the reading app. Yes, it's in Chinese. Don't freak out and think you've got the wrong one. You use the same login and password as your teacher account. And if it says it's not working, there's two reasons. You either have the wrong app, or your password on the teacher app might have a special character in it. And the last that I heard, the PalFish Reading app doesn't accept, like an @ symbol or an exclamation mark. You need to just have numbers and letters. So you might need to change your password in the teacher app and then go back and try and log in again. But follow every single step in the tutorial. I nearly got to the end and was like, oh sweet, I'm done. Oh wait, oh, got to go up here, there's another thing to press. So myself, I have some tutorials. Melissa Ann is a training mentor in the bootcamp groups on PalFish as well. We started around the same time, so she has tutorials as well, so that will really help you. So let me know. I could talk all day, so if you have a question, please either type it in the comments, or there's a little question mark button down there. You can actually type in your question and I can bring it up on the screen and answer it for you. Or there might be something on there that says, ask Kristy to bring you on camera. If you're brave and you want to ask your question live, we can do that too. So we're up to number 3. Can you remember? Hi Nessie, nice to see you. So we're talking about what can you do over the Chinese New Year if you don't have classes. FreeTalk, either start tutoring or make up your own lessons. You have lives, which help you find students, whether they're just kids FreeTalk or adult FreeTalkers. The reading app, what can you do on the reading app? Lots of things. So you can have a look at my tutorial. I'll give you some tips so you can read books yourself. Students can hear your voice. You can listen to student books. You can like, comment, and follow the student. You can direct message students and say you did a great job. I enjoyed XYZ about their reading. Don't just be like, hey, come and take a class with me. That's not really what it's about. So PalFish is a learning community. And if you're on the reading app and you see a student and you want to commend them, you can give them a public commendation in the comments. If you wanted to give them something to work on, only do that in a private direct message. So that would be the best way to do that. You can also post video moments. Now right now you can't because the PalFish team are on holidays, but you can go in and see students' videos. It's actually for the students to share their learning. So you can actually meet new students by looking in the video section and seeing what they're doing for their videos. Other teachers may have videos in there from before the New Year holiday, but you can have a look at that to get ideas of what videos you could do. So you can shoot a little video moment of yourself in your classroom or in the garden or at the grocery store. You might want to talk about, do you like milk or apple juice when you're at the grocery store? I just got this the other day. I'm so excited. Walmart. I have all my food props in here now, well, and a few others collected over the last couple of days. I do travel a lot, so I do generally try to keep them smaller, my props. So generally, before I got my cute little basket, I would travel with this. That's my props, and I always take Tigger. That's it. That's what I travel with. My name, my background. Have you seen any of my YouTube videos? Do you know what this background is? I talk about this background all the time. Is it $10? Is it $20? Is it vinyl? If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know. It's actually a $1 plastic tablecloth from Dollar Tree. So if you're in another country, do you have a cheap shop? What do you call cheap shops in other countries? Or you might have like a party tablecloth, and that's what I use. It's just plastic. So I fold it up, roll it up, and I just keep everything small, and that's what I take. Sometimes if I'm traveling, I might even really condense, and I have some Instagram posts way back about if you need to travel and teach, is it okay? Yes. You just need a quiet place. If you're with PalFish, you need your logo and a blue shirt. Probably good to have your name, but you do need to have some type of background. So I just take this, and it's so great because if it gets, destroyed, like right now I noticed I have a hole because I lent my chair on it. It's $1 from Dollar Tree. Thank you, Poundland. Is it Poundland or Poundland? I knew someone had told me once before what it was called. So it's Dollar Tree in America. I'm from Australia. There's like nothing for $1 there. But I was asking my mum about cheaper places. Oh, and another teacher was telling me she went to, so if you're in Australia, did she go to Kmart or Target? So I know there's Target here in the States. There's Target in Australia too. There's no groceries in Target in Australia. Well, just like, big items like a 24 pack of Pepsi and Coke. Poundland. Thanks, Maria. So think about being creative. If you do want to travel, it is possible. Just keep it small. What I love about PalFish, what I've learned how to use it the best, is when you're in the classroom, you actually use all the tools that are in there. You don't need to take a ton of stuff with you. You really don't. I used to teach with another company, and then I was doing both of them for a while, but I really liked PalFish, so I jumped all in to PalFish, which is great because the other company closed down in November. So you don't need to ask me, where did you used to work? Because they're no longer around. But they didn't have like the in-class face filters, no drawing on the screen. So we really can make excellent use of what's in the classroom to be able to travel quite easily and just keep it minimal. Some people just have, like I do keep flashcards. Oh, I forgot to say that. Take those 2 boxes and my flashcards. These are the only ones I take. I've basically decided which ones I use the most. So I have some food ones. These ones I use, and this one's great to ask kids, how old are you? Because sometimes when you say, if it's too fast or they haven't learned all of the questions yet and they're not sure, you say, how old are you? They say, I'm fine. They heard, how are you? Not how old are you? So I do this. How old are you? Are you 3, 4, 5? And then they understand what I mean. So that's a good tip, that one. So I have some food flashcards, the apple, bananas, and I keep 2 oranges. I've got other videos about this. So these are Play School brand. this pack is first words. These are my favorite ones to recommend to new teachers. If you want to spend $2, if you're in America, one pack of flashcards, this one, Play School, first words, and $1 background. A $2 classroom, if you're starting out, you might not be sure if it's going to work out for you, if you'll like it. So I just keep things really simple. Okay, I got off track there. So I've got tons of YouTube videos and here on Instagram about props. FreeTalk, Lives, Reading app. What's the other one? Anyone have any ideas? There's always 4 things that you can do. Lives, Reading app, FreeTalk. Have you ventured into doing lives? That's one thing to ask. Oh, I had something I wanted to show you. I didn't get it ready. Hi, April. Nice to have you with us. I'm Kristy from PalFish. We're talking about things you can do over the Chinese New Year. Okay, moments, yes. Moments are really great because you can get it how you want it. So what I mean by that is when I first started, I did quite a few takes. I would be in my classroom. I'd do classes and then I'm right here, I'm dressed, I'm in my classroom, I'm in that teaching mode, and I'd think about what things had any of the students struggled with that day, and I would make a mini video moment about it. Hi Valerie, nice to have you. So that helped me get ideas, and if you're in my group, yesterday I dumped a bunch. I think there was like 10 or 12 just little screenshots of ideas of things that you can do for an actual moment. So if you didn't get those, let me know and I can send them over to you. And let's go over here. I wanted to double check that I've got some notes. I wanted to make sure I haven't missed anything. Right, so moments. Yes, so moments are our last one. So FreeTalk, Lives, Reading app, moments. And I had a quick kind of throw off from lives. Some people said, oh, my live was terrible. It was great. It started off good and then, I don't know, a fire engine went by or someone started cutting down a tree next to me and it was so bad and they wanted to delete it. And I said, well, before you delete it, think of this as an idea. If you know how to screen record off your iPad, your tablet or your phone, some phones and devices come with a built-in screen recorder. Mine did, so no worries, Maria. If you know how to do that, what you could do is screen record your live and just take the little bits that you thought were good and make them into a mini video moment. I don't suggest reading a book as a video moment for 5 minutes because, to be honest, if you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, do you have time to watch a 5-minute video? And another thing to think about for the students in China, the internet isn't always very good. Think of how many people live in the city, and sometimes the internet, I noticed some of my students on a Friday night, the internet would just be dropping in and out depending where they live. So you could do, I always suggest mini video moments. So you're welcome to go back through my profile. You'll have to scroll. I have over 500. It's not as many as some people. But in the beginning, I know that my moments weren't really effective because I didn't yet quite have the hang of what I needed to show as an example. But my latest ones, or from the last year or so, I guess, I really found that they were helpful because this is how I explain moments to people. They are your assets. How are they your assets? You have to think as a business owner. So you're working at PalFish, but are you an employee? Do they pay your taxes? No, they don't. So you are an independent contractor. You're a freelancer. You can use the resources that they have on their platform. Now, if you're an official kids course teacher, they don't charge you any money. They give you all of these tools for free. So imagine if you were a freelance online teacher and you wanted to make up your own website, your own booking system, find your own students, make your own material. I've made my own material. It takes a long time. Well, for me, it took me, I think one time it took me at least 2 hours for me to think, plan, type it all out into pretty looking stuff to make a lesson that went for like half an hour. So if you've ever been there, you'll understand that if you work for an online platform that has the material already prepared, this is gold. So PalFish give you these tools. I've done videos about these on YouTube and here on Instagram, that they give you the tools to find the students. Some people ask, are there enough students? I'm not getting any classes. There must be too many teachers. Well, how many people are in China? Isn't it like 1 billion? There are enough students to go around. I was new. I had no students. I found them. They found me. But you have to put yourself out there to give something, to show what your class would be like, to see if they want to see you. Okay, good. We have some questions coming in. Type your questions in the comments. I would love to answer. So let me just finish my thought, and then Megan, did you ask to come on? Give me a thumbs up if you wanted to. So mini video moments, show something about your teaching. Don't just put a picture, a plain picture, and say orange. How does that show your teaching? This is like a taste test of your skills as a teacher. Okay, Megan, you're next. You want to show the parents, why do they want to book classes with you? So we have a question. And here we go. We've got one on the screen. What amount of marketing do you recommend for teachers with packed schedules of regulars? And we did talk about this in, sorry, one moment, in our Zoom on Tuesday. If you're in my group, I do a Zoom training every Tuesday. Homeschool mum at work here. All right. Thank you. Okay. So who else? Schools at home. They do their classes and then they teach their kids. All right. So what amount of marketing? So I was answering someone yesterday that is it a good idea to just stop marketing if you're full? Like my schedule is full. I still get messages from students. Do you have any more time? And I say, no, sorry, I'm sleeping. So I don't have extra room unless I have a cancellation. Sometimes a student will pop in if they see a cancellation. So each person needs to work out their own idea of what they think is what I call maintenance marketing. So you still want to keep things fresh. Like I recently started wearing glasses, so I don't want to be, leaving it for a year before posting something so they don't know what I look like. So it really depends. I don't really read books anymore on the reading app. Occasionally I do, but I mainly focus on either sharing something a student's done in class, or I like to share stuff with the students. So I might go down to the beach and see some shells, or I'm at the grocery store and I see something interesting and I'll post that as a moment. So, you might want to do one a week or 2 a week or 1 every other week. You might want to have a set, steady, regular. Some people share if they do sticker reward charts, and they might, once a week or at the end of a student's unit, they might put up their certificate that they've finished a unit. Some teachers keep their feed active doing that. I don't do outside of class, like sending students stuff. I don't have time. So I give everything that I'm giving them in the class. We're doing everything in class. Occasionally we do talk after class. I might leave a voice message if they need to work on something. So was that? Yes. So once your schedule is completely full, okay, so right now, yes, it is slower because some of the kids are taking time off. But yes, you don't want to be non-existent. Okay, I'm just reading that message. Okay. Yes. So that was basically, was that you, Shelby? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you for putting the question up there. So you need to determine what you want. So, and I always still suggest to keep a rolling, don't do 10 or 20 books in a row. Like if they're scrolling through your feed, like your moments wall, whatever you like to call it, that would look a little bit boring. They might stop scrolling because it's just books here. There's nothing to see. So I try to do a book, maybe a picture moment, a video moment. You can even do audio moments, and it also lets you attach pictures. So I think way back, I didn't do a lot of audio, so maybe I could improve on that. So I did like a little book reading audio, so people could listen and then look at the words on the picture that was attached to it. I also did a couple where I did like pronunciation or practicing questions. So when you ask a question and how to answer, and I would start off speaking slowly. So if they're still learning, as native speakers, we speak quite fast. So a new person wouldn't, someone learning the language wouldn't pick up every single word that you say. So I would start off saying it slowly and then I would increase my rate. So I hope, does that help, Shelby? So you determine what you have time for, because again, if your schedule's full and you're busy, you don't have time to be doing it all the time, but definitely you want to keep something going. So that is cool. All right, so we've got 4 things, right? So we started off with FreeTalk, lives, reading app, moments. And I have tons of reading app and live YouTube videos, and also here on Instagram I have tutorials as well. So this was going to be something to help new teachers with ideas. So here's some ideas. Okay, you're packed, barely post. Yeah, I'm the same. I will be honest, I don't have like an actual set schedule that now someone said that I can, oh, okay, there's another picture. Question. I've noticed some students have workbooks for the course. What's the difference? How will the teacher know? You wouldn't know if the student has a workbook unless they show it to you. I've had a few teachers few students show me their workbook. It's really cool. But as far as I'm aware, I'm not 100% sure, but I did hear that they have to purchase those. So when PalFish students join, this is their PalFish migration. They take a trial, which is usually with a new teacher because the new teachers don't have regular students. So they take a trial, they either like it or they don't. So if they do, they either buy it now, they save up, or they may have to finish a package at another online school before they start, or they're on holidays and they do want to start, but they're going to start, in a week or 2. Then when they purchase that package of lessons, so a group of lessons, they can also choose to buy workbooks at that time. I guess they could buy them later on as well. And that helps with after class kind of practice and even before class practice. And it does follow. Wow. Okay. We just lost the internet. So let me know if you can still see me, because I think I was on Wi-Fi. No, I wasn't on Wi-Fi. 1 second. Let me get, all right, let's do this. Woohoo. Next to a win. The power's on again. Okay, thanks. All right, here we go. Woo, look at that. I had covered my window. All right. Yes, you can still see me good. See, there you go. There's an example of a live and you're like, what? All right, so I'm on cell. So that's another thing. Okay, that's one thing. I wrote down some of the pros about PalFish. If you haven't heard about PalFish, or if you are a PalFish teacher, tell me what you like the most. I love that I can choose. I can either teach on my phone or my tablet. I can choose. I either use the Wi-Fi or my cell data. I can choose whether I want to wear headphones or not. It's not required, but I do it myself because we live in a small space while we travel, so I like to keep the noise down for out there and the noise like out there from distracting me. Okay, so there you go. Workbooks, they can buy them and not all of them do. So that is, thank you for your question. If there's any more questions, you can type them. There's a little question mark down the bottom. If you want to come on camera with me to ask a question, you can do that too. Okay, where did we get up to? Thank you, Maria. You can still see me. This was for new teacher ideas. Oh, no worries, Shelby. No, this was an all, I forgot to put the title. This is an all things PalFish. Everything about PalFish. If you're not with PalFish, if you are with PalFish, if you're new to PalFish, what's your question? Send them my way. I thought I'd do this live earlier because I normally don't finish classes until 10 p.m. Beijing time, which is 9 a.m. for me. And that's when I usually do my Zoom trainings on Tuesday. But since today, I had originally 7 classes and 4 cancelled. So I thought, why not do a live, because a lot of people were asking. Awesome. I like being able to choose time slots. Exactly. That's a great idea too, Maria. Being able to choose your own time. So with PalFish, the only thing they have is a minimum requirement of 7 time slots over 7 days. So you can choose in peak times. So peak times are 5:30 p.m. Beijing time to 9. So the 9 o'clock time slot, which obviously finishes at 9:30. And that's 7 days a week. And then on the weekends, it's 10 a.m. Beijing time. That's also a peak time slot. You'll know so there's peak and there's hot. The hot ones, so the hot and double, have a red tag on your schedule. So when you teach with PalFish, it's on an app. It goes by your device's time clock. Excuse my lighting if you've just joined us. We lost power. But isn't it great? I fully charged my phone and I'm using my cell data. Awesome. Thank you, Maria. I hope I'm a good mentor. So, yes, while the PalFish team are on holidays, by the way, contact your mentor. If your mentor's on a different time zone, maybe I'm available. I think all the other mentors are not in America. Okay, so I'm in America, in Florida. I'm on EST. Donna's in the UK. Blanking. Oh my goodness. The other 3 are in the UK. And 2 of the bootcamp group trainers, 2 are on Asian time zone. 1 is in Canada and 1 is in America. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm blanking right now. So I actually woke up at like 4 a.m., not on purpose, before my alarm. So are you going to be taking some time off? Because that's a good idea too. If you need some time off, take some time off. People worry, oh no, if I take a day off, I'm going to lose all my students, or I'm going to miss something. Well, for mental health, you do need to. And we talked about this on Tuesday. If you had a brick and mortar job that you go to, you have office hours, you go to work, and then you leave, right? So choose your office hours. This is the advice I've been giving people. And if you don't yet have classes for those times, that's your marketing. I use the example of a coffee shop, but maybe there's another example that's better. If you have an idea, let me know. But if you just opened a coffee shop and you opened the doors and you made your coffee and you sat there and waited for customers, are they going to come? No, they don't know about you yet. So that's what I say in one of my videos. I said, they just haven't met you yet. You have to go find them. Be strict with your time slots. Think carefully before you fix them. And that's a good idea too. So we were talking about balance and boundaries on Tuesday in the Zoom training, that you choose your office hours and you say, these are the hours that I want to be available, that I can teach, that I can manage, that's not going to interfere with my family life, that's going to make everyone miserable, and then you end up hating it and then you just leave. Okay, it's all a cycle. You have to balance it. It's all a balance. So if you do want to fix time slots, like I've chosen, so in the summer I open more, but in the winter I close off the first, I call them my first 2. So I basically teach 6 p.m. Beijing time all the way till 10 p.m. Beijing time. That's usually when I leave my last class. So I used to teach more hours and more days, but now I just do those, and I do Monday to Thursday. So some people only have the weekends to teach, or they might only have evenings. Everyone's situation is different. So I'm going to sit back here. Maybe that will be a little bit better. So choose your office hours, and if you do want regulars, the best way to make that easier for regulars to book with you on a regular basis, there we go, is to have fixed time slots. But be aware that that's like a promise to a student. You've made a promise that you will be here forever, within reason, of course, to have classes with them. The Chinese culture, I've learned, is very regular. They find a teacher that they like and they pretty much stay. I've had students for more than 2 years. I've been with PalFish more than 2 years now. So exciting. So for you to be regular and accessible to the students, choose ones that you want to be fixed, which is like a promise. If you need to make changes in the future, you can do that. I have something here on Instagram about that, and also on YouTube about what you need to do to change your schedule. So if you need to close a fixed slot ongoing, like going forward, you just need to communicate and let them know why and if there's another time they can book in with you. But if you just don't communicate, you'll get messages, why did you cancel class? When it translates, it comes across as cancel, or it's called a fixed time slot. Translates to, a lot of times I get messages in Chinese. You can click and hold in the app to translate, and it will say something like permanent binding arrangement or agreement. I forget now. So to them, it's a promise that I said the other day, you broke a promise. So just explain why. I said, well, I'm not teaching Fridays anymore. And only 2 of my students were able to find other times that they could book in, which was late for them. They have 9:30 classes with me on another day because they didn't want to miss out. Okay, I'm getting off track here. So you need to put yourself out there for students to see you. And just like Instagram or Facebook, there's like a feed. When you post a moment on your profile, it can also be viewed in the public area where students can see you. And another tip that I've been giving new teachers, if you have a really favorite or you think it's a very helpful moment, a video, like do a video moment, I don't know why I did that, send it to a student. When new students follow you, send them a video, send them a written hi, it's nice to meet you, send them your favorite moment, or even a short live. Lives can be 15 minutes. You can go over or under if it's free. There's not really a time limit. And send that to them. And other teachers have found success doing a voice memo. So on PalFish, you can send a text, you can send a voice memo, and you can send actual pictures. You can't privately send a video to a student, but you can post a video on your moments and you can forward it to a student. So sometimes I have one student that needs to work on something, but I make a generalized moment about it and then I forward it to that student. So getting back to what I said before, assets, your moments and lives are your assets. Just like if you had a coffee shop and you made cakes and cookies, you could class your baked goods, so your cakes and cookies, your flour and sugar, as your assets, and they help you to earn your money because that's what people want to buy. So I'm just going to move you back here. Let me know if this is helpful. I have so much up here. I want to just like give it all to you. So assets. These are your assets that you can choose to use at any time. They're not a waste. You might think, oh, I did this video and it took me an hour to make it and that's it. I posted it and I got like 3 likes. Well, it's not about likes. To be honest, some of the students see it, but they don't know that we want them to press like. Did you ask them to press like? When we're on video with native speakers, we're like, give me a like if this was good, press the hearts button and say thanks, but if they don't know your language, they don't know how to interact yet. Sometimes I put some words in Chinese at the top, and then I might, mainly, I'm speaking in English because that's what they're here to learn, but sometimes they just need that little teaser at the top to be in Chinese to get their attention. So share those moments, share those lives. They're not wasted. And these are some of the things that you can be focusing on. I was going to see, oh yeah, someone said that I can put pictures on here, but I don't know how to do that. If you have any questions, you can type them in the little question mark box down the bottom. And no, I don't know how to do it. Apparently somewhere I can put pictures on here, but I don't know how to do it, so I will learn. So if you wanted some ideas, what I did yesterday, I'm going to find them on here. So examples like, let's do this. Okay. All right. So questions. Okay. What is it? It's a dog. What's it doing? It's jumping. Things like that. So these are grammar questions and answers you can practice. Another example was singular and plural. So what are they? They are goats. What are they doing? They are eating. So a lot of the students struggle with the contraction words. They see that apostrophe and they think it's an I. So when we say it's a dog, they read it. It is a dog. So I really try to show them. I have to find a class recording. It is. It's. That's what I try to do. And I'll write it. We can bring up the whiteboard and write one word in like blue, it, and then is in red, is. And then underneath I do a second line and I'll write it and I'll put the apostrophe in a different color. Hi, Danny. Thanks for joining us. So I really try to show them it's two words into one to help us speak faster. So you could even, I think I did do a moment about one of the contraction words. Okay, there is a service outage. Restoral, estimate, well, that's a new word. Restoral. I just got a message from our internet provider. They reckon it'll be back on at 11. Oh, wow. So in like an hour and 15 minutes. Don't you love Cell? And I charged my phone. Woo-woo. If you looked back at one of, see you, Maria. Thanks so much for coming. The other day I woke up early and the sunrise was amazing. The only night I didn't charge my phone. So I did run down to the beach. We're 2 blocks and I was able to get some footage before my phone died. So I did charge my phone. So some other ideas. When we're talking about something, does it have a big nose? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Hi, Danny. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I just realized okay, I have them on here. Okay, so does it have big ears? No, it doesn't. So things like that. So it, when we talk about an animal, does she have long hair? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Does he like riding bikes? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. So these are examples of some of the grammar that you can practice. And even things like in the higher levels, how often? How often do you, what were the examples? How often do you make your bed? And we talk about, so it gives stars, always, usually, sometimes, never. I love to do this with the kids. No, no, no. Hey, Danny. Thanks for joining. How's your weather today? Is it hot for you? You're in summer, right? Awesome. So these are just some examples that I shared in the group yesterday. Also classroom items. What is it? It's a ruler. What is it? It's a pen. I don't have my crayons out. Oh, erase is a good one because it's a word starting with a vowel. It's an eraser. Oh my goodness, one of the kids today could not get M and N. I was saying N, N. And I said, put your tongue. And he goes, so cute. So they do struggle with the difference between M and N and do plurals. So for classroom items, some people might think, oh, these classes are boring. I teach the same thing every day. Well, it's the first time for the student. So I have some crayons. So you could say, what is it? It's a crayon. What color is it? It is red, or it's red, depending on their language, vocabulary level. And what are they? They are crayons. What colors are they? I was teaching flags yesterday to one of the kids with different colors. It is green, yellow, blue, and red. You know, how many are there? I like to use my fingers to show for counting. How many crayons are there? There are 4 crayons. If no one has any more questions, because I know everyone's time is precious, and I just wanted to share some of those ideas. If you have flashcards, do you have any ideas of what you can do with flashcards? Do you like cake? Yes, I do. Do you like ice cream? No, I don't. These are just some of the grammar questions and answers that we teach in the classes. And phonics, to practice phonics as well. I'll give you an example. I sent these in my groups yesterday. If you didn't see them, let me know. So for example, Oh, wow, it's a bit blurry. So SM, SP, ST, SK. So this, I think she's in PF6. No, PF7. I think that's PF7. So small, smart, smog. And then SP, spoon, space, Spain. ST, star, stamp. Or maybe that's stomp. Stop. And SK, skates, skin, skirt. So examples of different phonics that you can help the students practice, and choose maybe 2 or 3 words to go with those. And even if you just do 2, I always suggest mini video moments, 1 minute or less, to help with the download speeds and things like that. So I hope this has been helpful. If so, send me a message and let me know what was helpful and what you might like to see more of. And thank you so much for joining me today. It was nice to see you all. Thank you for bearing with me through my power outage. Glad that happened after classes, because I do teach on my iPad using Wi-Fi, but I always keep my phone. So this, the other thing I love about PalFish, having those options. If I lose power within 10 seconds, I'm on my phone back in the classroom, and I don't have to lose out on, earning money for that class, because I'm straight back in. Always have your plan B ready to go, because the day that you don't think you need it and you get caught out. All right, I hope that was helpful. Nice to see you all. Thanks, Belle. Thanks, Desiree. Nice to see you. And Dottie. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. See you.